Okay, so recently, the Department of Justice here in the U.S. has started looking heavily for the past, I don't know, a little while, has been looking heavily into Google and breaking them up. And one of the things that would be broken up is Chrome. It would be detached from Chrome and rolled into its own thing, though I would really, really love it if they were rolled into their own company, not owned by anybody, just Chrome, the company.
Yeah,
would be great.
It's yet to be seen how this is going to take place, but the noise has gathered everybody around to see what's going to happen, and now a couple of people are kind of saying, "Hey, I like how you look over there and your market share. I'd like a piece of that action."
My favorite of the people that have expressed interests in purchasing Chrome is Yahoo.
Yeah.
You remember those guys? Were you around in the 90s to hear that jingle?
Well, they did ads and stuff on the TV, so maybe.
Oh my God. Yeah, back when the Yahoo logo was red, and does it still have an exclamation point? It's purple now, I think.
It's purple.
Yeah, and they're just like
exclamation? I think so, yeah.
And they're like a news aggregator website now or something. And they still offer mail.
They still have mail. That's where I throw all my junk stuff.
I know I still have my emails over there. Well, unless they've been hacked and taken over. I haven't logged into them in years and years and years. But
well, the cool thing is Thunderbird on my phone. I can read my Yahoo mail right alongside my other accounts.
So you're still semi-active on Yahoo.
Ish. I don't really know how to log.
The whole entire Yahoo mail for you is just a spam box.
Yep, that's where I toss the spam stuff that I don't care about.
Yep, sign up on this website with the Yahoo.
Oh, sure, yeah. Here, take this email address.
Oh, wow. Well, good idea. Really good idea. So Yahoo has shown interest in purchasing Chrome. And by the way, this is not set in stone yet. Chrome may still be a Google property in a month or two, and it would not surprise me one bit if it remained that way.
And like you said, it could very well turn into just its own company, but yet still sort of has some Google interest in it.
That's honestly, I don't think so. I want it to be that way. I want Chrome,
like a minority interest is what I'm imagining.
Okay. Well, so what I'm getting at though is that like I would love Chrome to just be like the Chrome company, and it just does Chrome, and then starts doing its own little things for Chrome. That would ideally be what, in my mind.
Well, I mean, removing it from the advertising company, that's a good step right there.
Right. But I don't think it's going to happen because there were a couple of other companies that expressed interest. One being OpenAI, that's the ChatGPT people, and Perplexity, and another knockoff ChatGPT. I forget what theirs is called.
Right.
I think it's actually called Perplexity, isn't it? I don't know.
I think that's the name of it, yeah.
Yeah, so AI companies. But
yeah.
My immediate thought was, ew, gross, an AI company owning Chrome. But
well, of course they want a browser.
But Google is already an AI company. They have Gemini. They have a vested interest in making sure Gemini works very well with Chrome. So it's not like an AI company doesn't already own Chrome. So maybe my initial gut reaction to ew, should just be more like, oh, just again.
Well, I mean, so they're going to support, basically when you do that, though, they're going to support the primary company's interest. Right now, even Gemini is supporting the advertising component of things because an advertising company owns, the browser. So because that's what the Alphabet company is. Yeah.
I avoid AI as much as I possibly can.
I generally do.
When you, if you've used Gemini at all, have you?
I have used it. I've used it for a couple of things that I find really helpful. And most of it is just outright useless.
If it gives you a link, does it slip in like advertising anything at all?
I think there's some sponsored thingies.
Gross.
Depending. Yeah.
Wow. So that really makes a whole lot of sense why an AI first companies.
Well, yeah, they want you using their AI product. I mean, so it'll push their product to the forefront, if you will, rather than using Gemini. Bolting that on. It'll be OpenAI or Perplexity or whatever.
Right. And it's not like you can't look at a browser now and see how this stuff, or at least in the short term, how these things are going to play out, because you have Edge has Copilot built into it.
They do.
Brave has Leo, not me, built into it. Though I think for an extra $9.99 per month, I will be part of your Brave browsing experience if you like.
Yeah, see the first part of the show where you find out that Leo can be bought.
That is correct. Also at patreon.com/userbase. But and also you can add in the optional Mozilla Orbit extension to Firefox to get, like summarization.
I think that one's the least invasive, honestly.
Yeah, and as far as icky LLMs go, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Orbit uses the same ones that everybody else uses, right? So it's just as icky as everything else. But if it were local, I would feel a whole lot better about it.
It's not 100% local, but it's a little more localized, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Just if you're gonna make me use AI, if I'm gonna use AI, I would love it to be just local. Just don't send anything out that I'm doing on the internet at all. Just don't. And I have that view about almost everything. But anyway, so I guess the real question is, regardless of who purchases Chrome, if that ever actually comes to pass, how is Chrome being decoupled from Google gonna affect the browser space?
Well, there's a boatload of browsers that are based off of Chromium,
right?
So they're gonna be married up to whatever company takes a hold and is doing the development there onto, I feel.
Right. So okay. So my question is, like, in the Google hierarchy, the engineers that are working on Chrome, and by extension Chromium, because I know that while it's not exactly the same thing, a lot of things that go into Chrome, come from Chromium, right? So it's the same developers. Those would go along with Chrome as a company if they were sold off, right?
Yeah, and I think they'd still be developing Chromium, perhaps, or maybe Chromium would just dry up. I don't know.
Whoa.
It's hard to say. What would the company do,
that.
right? I mean, because what would happen if they decided we're no longer going to open source that bit?
Oh, gross. No, don't say that. Ew. No. Oh, this got way worse than I thought it was going to get. I had some good questions and stuff. This got scary.
Boy,
I don't want
could
that.
go there, right? I mean, that would be scary. Yeah, I mean, it's really disgusting.
Okay. Assuming not doomsday.
Let's say that doesn't happen.
Cool. Oh, that would be so bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess we could. Chromium Chromium wouldn't die, right? Like, no way. Like Vivaldi.
I don't know.
Opera, Brave, Edge. Yeah. So
there's a 500-pound gorilla that's depending on it.
What would really be funny is if it just became like kind of how like Google is looming over Chromium. Now it's just Microsoft looming over Chromium, and because when you look at these companies, right, the browser-only companies are not big. They do browsers, and there's not a huge lake of money for browsers. But there's
Microsoft's
a huge
got a boatload.
Right. Microsoft owns the lake and the boat of the money.
Yeah, they do.
And I would imagine, very easily take over. I'm sorry.
It's not like they haven't done a browser before.
That was what was so disappointing about OG Edge. It was its own engine. It had its own engine.
It finally got pretty good, too, towards the tail end.
Dude, it was fast. Like side by side with Chrome and Fire. It was fast. And everybody had abandoned it by that point, which is why Microsoft ditched it. But it was really good. Yeah, right. And it's a sinkhole. You don't make money off the browser, so I get it.
Nope.
But man, this really would be Microsoft's. Oh, we're just going to put a bunch of engineers on Chromium, and we're going to a little commit.
Well, I think
here,
they're fairly dependent
there.
on it at this point. So,
well, right. It's a big part of it. So, yeah, I could very easily see that. But Microsoft is really bad at it. So I think we come back around to, what if Chromium dies? Ooh. Okay, well, you had mentioned something pre-show that really kind of struck a nerve with me. But you had asked if Google would still be married to Chrome, even though they're not like the same company anymore.
They need a browser to get to their search engine.
Right.
And their YouTube and their, the list goes on, right?
And that's how they got all of their people in the first place. All the people that install Chrome, I'm spitballing here, but it just makes so much sense to me that when Google became the search, then they added that little "your browser sucks, get Chrome" banner on top of it.
Yep.
That's when you start to see everybody just, oh, my browser does suck, whether it does or not. And then they install the thing and then they just move on with it.
Yeah, so they totally got to partner with somebody.
Yeah, everybody's just trained to use Chrome. And I don't know, but like if you remove that, do you? What if Chrome and Microsoft just get together and do ultimate world domination?
Well, I mean, it's a possibility, I guess.
I don't know. And I was thinking maybe Chrome just either retains that same talent or just hires new engineers, which is a tall ask, right?
Well, there'd be a huge shakeup. I mean, I'm sure people are going to shuffle around.
Right. So the stuff that Google would have wanted in Chrome, would they just pay engineers to shove it into Chromium directly instead? And I guess the web standard stuff, that obviously, because Google is very big on making the web run the way that Google wants the web to run. Like, they're part of all the councils, and they're shoving their weight around. You remember back in the day when remember when like you would go to websites in the 90s and it would say like optimized for Windows Explorer 5. And then you would go there with Firefox and it's like, your browser sucks, it's not supported, get out of here, go get Internet Explorer or something like that.
Yeah.
That, I think, is really what Chrome has been trying to do a whole lot. Remember the Blink tab? That only worked in Internet Explorer.
There's like Silverlight and Flash and all that stuff was a thing, right? Remember those things? And they worked well in one and not in the other. And you had to get the right browser thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the web back then. It's just I didn't know how good it could be, and it's not terrible now. It's
in a way it was more fragmented. Yeah,
exactly. Oh yeah, I gotta go get the Flash plugin now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it is interesting to kind of think about like what's gonna happen if you decouple that, right? It's such a weird world to think that we would be in that case if Chrome was no longer Google Chrome.
Yeah. I just don't know where it's going to go. Yeah, right.
What a weird world.
Like there's like so much, there's a lot coupled though. Like when you think about it, like it's tied to your Google account and then like.
Yeah, how are you going to undo that?
Like you just like when you open up and it's the start page, it takes you to Google initially, right? And like all of your apps that are Google are, in your face. How's that going to work?
That's very true. I didn't really think about that. That's true. Like all of the stuff that Google cared to add to Chrome makes it Chrome. And when you get rid of that, it's just Chromium. So splitting off Chrome kills Chrome.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe. Wait a minute. You're telling me that we are headed to a browser utopia. We're about to enter
Firefox?
Yes, but Chrome being dead kind of creates a vacuum in which Firefox might
get a little market share,
go above, what is it, 3-4%? Terrible.
They might get to 10%.
It's terrible percent right now. It needs to be higher percent. And if Chrome dies and leaves a black hole, maybe Firefox can fill some of the void there. And I wouldn't dislike a world where Firefox and Vivaldi and Brave and everybody else just kind of slid in to the hole that Chrome left behind.
Well, I mean, if nothing else, let's just get the playing field a little more even.
Yeah. Well, you have given me hope, Dan. We have.
Well, that's good. We came out on a positive note on that.
Yeah, I mean, it OpenAI owning Chrome is a terrible thing, but Chrome imploding and Firefox and other browsers filling in the hole, that
might work.
Much more bright future that I can.
Honestly, Yahoo might be the one that you want to pick.
Because they would fumble Chrome so hard that Chrome would die. And honestly, again, you're just making me happy, Dan. I think the future's bright.
I think we know it. I think we know how that's going to go.
God.
Anyway, you can catch all the links and show notes over at linuxuserspace.show. And if you want to contact us and send us some feedback about these great segments that we've been doing today, you can send us an email, contact@linuxuserspace.show, or go to linuxuserspace.show/contact. And there's a contact form there that's, anonymous. You can put your email in there if you want, but you don't have to.
That's right. Tell me what you think is going to happen if Chrome is bought by one of these companies. What's the future? What's the next 3 years look like?
Will it be a black hole? I mean, that Firefox settles into? Or
I hope. One can hope.
Or will it be worse? Let us know.
It's 2025, Dan. It's worse. Whatever it is.
Probably.